We had 255 respondents do the survey of 18 years and older from African heritage living in Greater Shepparton. "54% of the respondents were female and 44% were male. Respondents were aged between 18 to 55 plus years. Most were aged between 18 to 44 years. Most respondents were religious, 82% Christian and 16% Muslim. Most respondents have been living in Australia for longer than 1 year. 38% have been here for more than 11 years. "44% of respondents have been living in Greater Shepparton for 1 to 5 years. Respondents came from over 10 countries in Africa, 46% from Congo, 25% South Sudan, 10% Sudan, 8% Burundi, and 11% came from other African countries. Respondents showed they were skilled linguists, speaking 32 languages and 1 in 10 speaking 4 or more languages. The main languages spoken at home were Swahili, Dinka, English, Arabic, Ful, and Kirundi. The main languages read by respondents are English, Swahili, Arabic, French, Kirundi, and Dinka. 2 out of 3 respondents have attended English classes in Greater Shepparton. Sudanese and South Sudanese report better skills in English. On average, men have better skills in English than women. Swahili is a widely spoken language across Eastern and Central African countries. In Congo, school is taught in French, and at home we speak a mix of French and Swahili. In Africa, boys get to go to school more than girls. Respondents said support is difficult to get in running their own business, housing, and access to interpreters. Starting a business here is desired by many, but also yet people are afraid of it. Barriers to accessing services and support included language difficulties, lack of transport, fear of discrimination, and cost. 1 in 5 experience 4 or more barriers accessing services. The biggest area of need now is employment and education. "34% of respondents were unemployed. 32% were working full-time, 19% part-time, and 7% casual. Of those employed full-time, 2/3 are looking for paid work or more paid work, and 1 in 4 currently enrolled in study. The main industries respondents worked in were agriculture or horticulture, construction, healthcare, and cleaning. Cleaning and agriculture or horticulture were the most common between ages 25 to 44 years. Many respondents have experienced racism. 1 in 10 experience racism weekly or monthly. Most of this racism is not reported. The most common form of racism was being treated as less intelligent or inferior because of cultural characteristics. Many children face discrimination and racism without knowing it. Almost 1 in 10 respondents' children experience racism weekly or monthly. The workplace is by far the most common place for racism, followed by at school and in public places. 2/3 of respondents have experienced unfair work practices because of their cultural background. Agriculture, horticulture, and cleaning are the industries that are most affected. 70% of respondents said that the portrayal of African people in Melbourne's media impacted on their experience of racism. Sudanese and South Sudanese respondents were most impacted. High school was the most common highest level of education completed. Almost 50% of university was completed overseas. 45% of all respondents are enrolled in some form of learning. Just under 1 in 3 were enrolled in university. Nearly all respondents have a sense of belonging in Greater Shepparton and Australia. 1 in 4 were not satisfied with their current financial situation. Employment, family, education, and community are most important for long-term success and happiness. Activities where views and cultures can be shared were said to be the best ways to unite African people in Greater Shepparton. At the time of completing the survey, over 1/3 of respondents have had a COVID-19 test. Most respondents received the COVID-19 information they needed in their language. TV was the main source of getting this information. Most respondents were positive about getting vaccinated. Sudanese and South Sudanese respondents were more likely to get vaccinated than the Congolese or Burundian respondents. Thank you to all the African community members who participated in the survey. Without your interest and contribution, this project would not have been possible. This is your information, and we look forward to supporting you to work on these areas.